Thank you for being here. It's my pleasure to introduce Mayor Linda Parks, who has been serving our community in such a magnificent way this year. And it just goes to show the kind of time that position demands. I see Linda all over, not only in the city functions, but chamber functions and other nonprofit functions. She's been a very busy person this year in leading the city. And I really recognize the time and commitment that she makes from her family for this. And will you please welcome Mayor Linda Parks.
Oh, thank you all for coming this afternoon. I'd like to thank the Westlake Village, or Thousand Oaks Westlake Village Regional Chamber of Commerce for sponsoring this annual State of the City report. In the course of the 35 years of our cityhood, Thousand Oaks has evolved from a sheep town to a suburban bedroom community and now to a thriving city. Within the next millennium, as we enter into it, we have to reflect on our past and also look forward to what lies ahead. Our city's population is fast approaching 118,000 people, with income and education levels that place it at the top of the cities in our county. Our city has 14,000 acres of cherished open space, an unusually vibrant arts community, a library that is the envy of the county, and a volunteer network that is absolutely unsurpassed. We are the second safest city in the nation, and we are reaping the benefits of a strong economy that has seen a 20% increase in our sales tax over the last 2 years. Sales in our city were estimated at more than $1 billion this year alone. What really makes our city shine, though, I believe, are the people who have given a helping hand. It is that human benevolence that really has impressed me the most. Being mayor has enabled me to see the many good things that people are doing. The incredible number of events, presentations, commendations, and meetings that I have attended has given me the honor of seeing what few people really have the ability to see. This perspective has been enlightening. And in this regard, the State of the City address features not only our city, but most importantly, highlights our involved citizenry. My term as mayor began in November of 1998, after the election where 41,000 voters in our city went out and exercised their right to vote. They approved by a 2/3 majority a school bond, and SOAR, which is a grassroots ballot measure that protects green belts around our city. City voters also elected 2 new council members, Councilmember Gillette and Del Campo, and re-elected Councilmember Fox. This new city council joined at the beginning of the year to establish goals for itself, which reflect the values of our community. These 7 goals are a strong law enforcement and public safety emphasis, preservation and expansion of open space, additional recreation opportunities, a good employment base with an emphasis on Thousand Oaks Boulevard revitalization, a financially stable local government, a variety of housing with clean and well-maintained neighborhoods, and a public transportation system that meets our demand. I'd like to give you a status report on our city's progress and the significant role played by citizens in achieving these goals. Clearly, the most measurable advances have taken place in the area of public safety. The city has increased our police resources to help keep pace with our city's growth. 2 additional bicycle patrol officers were added to our police department, making our city the only city in the county with full-time bicycle police officers. The bike patrol is a high-profile unit that allows for greater contact with the public. We also added 1 new detective in the major crime section and 2 motorcycle traffic officers. The city has also hired 2 community service officers to help with reports, and we've added a youth officer to work closely with first-time offenders. While we've added 5 new police officers and support staff, citizens volunteers have played a major integral part in crime prevention in our city. Neighborhood watch programs dot our city, and the police department's Citizens Academy is still going strong. The VIP Volunteers in Policing program makes a tremendous contribution in enhancing our community's safety. The work of its 75 volunteers frees up our sworn officers' ability for critical response. This wonderful team conducts vacation house checks, parking enforcement, traffic accident assistance, reports suspicious activities, and assists our police resource center and sheriff's station. Our city is also fortunate to have a very active disaster assistance response team of volunteers. 2 extraordinary programs were begun this year through our city's community-oriented policing and problem-solving unit. We just call it COPS. That's the acronym, and you can understand why. COPS has instituted a very highly successful parent project. It is a parent support course which teaches parents how to identify and stop drug use and gang involvement. It provides skills to reduce family conflict and improve the child's school performance. The course is also taught in Spanish and is well received by our community. The COPS unit has also been instrumental in working with the city to open a neighborhood center at the Caneo Creek complex. It's a housing area with 540 units where numerous calls for police service originate. The city assisted with the purchase of a condominium unit to be used for the neighborhood center. Through the inspiration of Senior Deputy Tumbleson and the dedication of the Caneo Creek residents, such as Marco Cardone, the neighborhood center provides assistance to residents and a friendly police presence. Since opening this year, the center has been a magnet for youth to enjoy supervised activities, including YMCA swimming classes, arts and craft classes, a homework club, a weekly story time offered by our library, a job outreach program for teens provided by the Caneo Youth Employment Services. The center also offers tutoring in English and a jiu-jitsu class that Marco teaches for free. His class gives teenagers a constructive activity on Friday evenings. My thanks go out to Marco Cordon, the supportive residents of Caneo Creek, and Senior Deputy Tumbleson on the success of this program, as well as my wishes that the city does continue the important service and outreach that is provided by Senior Deputy Tumbleson at Caneo Creek. I'm also happy to report that in addition to that we have had significant progress being made not only to public safety, but also to our city's goal to preserve and expand open space, including completing the open space ring around the city and preserving natural habitats. A major step in fulfilling our open space goal was achieved when the council voted unanimously at our last meeting to initiate open space zoning and preserve the Hill Canyon environment. It was a great meeting to conclude my term as mayor. My appreciation goes out to the citizens who played a major role in protecting Hill Canyon. The community united to tell the council how narrow Hill Canyon with its endangered plants, western pond turtles, oak trees, and year-round creeks was the wrong place to develop. Citizens spoke out, and I'm very pleased to say that the council listened. Additional strides towards open space, including the initiation of open space zoning for the 323 acres behind the Los Robles Golf Course, changing the general plan so that all parks in our city are protected by a vote of the people under the Parks Initiative, setting aside funds to purchase open space, and the current updating of the list of threatened lands that have been important open space resources. Once identified and appraised, the city may be able to purchase parcels for open space protection. These lands may otherwise be developed. Included in this list is the Western Plateau. This integral piece of the open space ring at the northwestern edge of Hill Canyon is presently planned for 147 houses. Much of the publicly protected open space land in our city is under the control of COSCA, the Caneo Open Space Conservation Agency, which is a joint powers authority with the city and the Park District. With the excellent assistance of COSCA's staff planner, Mark Town, who I believe is on jury duty, and a huge support team of volunteers and dedicated rangers, public open space land in Thousand Oaks continues to be enjoyed by many. This year I joined 140 volunteers working on our trails for Trail Cleanup Day and participated with over 100 volunteers giving guided tours for 5th graders in Wildwood Park. The wonderful support of volunteers continues a tradition of strong community involvement in protecting open space. Emphasizing open space and the protection of natural habitats, our city has supported state legislation for parks and open space funding and supported my request to write a letter in opposition to the Amundsen Ranch mini-city, which is proposed at the eastern edge of the Conejo Valley. The city also celebrated its second annual Arbor Day with an oak tree giveaway that is a hallmark of the event. This year, citizens of Save the Conejo organized their own Oak Fest, which featured recognition of the city's environmental resources and emphasized the necessity to preserve the endangered Lang Ranch ancient oak forest. The City Council is also setting the framework for achieving the council goal of increasing recreational activities and opportunities. Part of a $1 million fee that the city received from a refuge hauler has been dedicated to the development of community recreation facilities. Additionally, the city has made $100,000 available annually to sports groups so they can build community facilities for their recreation. Many parents have also helped to raise funds through bake sales, candy drives, and car washes to fund everything from a Little League snack shack and bathrooms at Fiore Fields to parking lot improvements necessary for the AOISO soccer teams to use Pepper Tree Field and Park. Our other fundraising efforts to help city recreational facilities are currently being pursued by Terry McLaughlin and her neighbors in Newbury Park to build and open the Wendy Kimber Park. On the other side of town, residents of Waverly and members of ETI, which is the Equestrian Trails International, regularly work to maintain the Waverly Arena, and they are now raising funds to help to maintain this arena and keep it as an appreciated public riding facility. And it is with great appreciation for our existing recreational facilities that have residents working to save the city's Jan's Pool from demolition. It is also satisfying to report that the city is proceeding with the long-awaited and upgrade of the Los Robles Golf Course. This public course is an amenity greatly supported and appreciated by the residents of Thousand Oaks and many visitors as well. Part of the recreation goal includes the desire to create more equestrian centers. COSCA has made major progress towards the design and planning of a public equestrian center. This will help offset the loss of several equestrian centers over the last few years. It is also my hope that the present Two Winds Horse Ranch, which has faithfully operated over the last 3 decades by Alvin Bully Cadden, will continue to offer affordable horse care and hourly horse rentals for Conejo Valley residents. Finally, an exciting prospect lies ahead for those who like to ice skate. The city is currently looking at a proposal next to the City Hall, which would include a large pond which can be frozen over for ice skating in the winter. The proposed development also includes a home for the Ventura County Discovery Center, where children can learn from the hands-on experience about science. The Discovery Center, which is an organization I helped co-found 5 years ago, is comprised of fellow residents, employees, parents, scientists, teachers, and retirees who have put in tens of thousands of hours and amassed community-wide support. The parcel next to the Civic Arts Plaza is also being considered for an IMAX-type theater, restaurants, a park, outdoor bandstands, fountains, and with luck, an art museum. This would provide a downtown gathering place and further the council's fourth goal of assisting the city's good employment base with an emphasis on the revitalization of Thousand Oaks Boulevard. The city has long identified the need for improving the visual appearance and continuity of Thousand Oaks Boulevard. Our majority of all our small businesses are located on Thousand Oaks Boulevard. In support of these businesses, the city is creating a plan for boulevard beautification and accessibility in cooperation with property owners, businesses, and the public at large. Using the expertise of the Arroyo Group, the consultants who put together the plan for the revitalized Old Town Pasadena area, our city is taking a proactive role in creating a specific plan for Thousand Oaks Boulevard. The specific plan will identify areas for improvement and establish design criteria and unifying elements to guide our future development there. I want to thank those who have already given their input to the city on boulevard improvements, including members of the Mayor's Business Roundtable, and I encourage everyone to take part in the future of our city's main boulevard. One way you can participate is by providing our city your response on some questions on the boulevard on a survey which I've made available as you leave. The city has also assisted the revitalization of Thousand Oaks Boulevard with the distribution of community development block grants and has budgeted funds for the physical improvements of the west end of Thousand Oaks Boulevard. A very direct way in which the city has worked to accomplish its goal of helping to ensure a good employment base was the city's recent hiring of Gary Wartick as our Economic Development Coordinator. He has been a true resource in assisting existing and relocating businesses. One small act Mr. Wartick has achieved was assisting with the relocation of a laundromat that was forced to move due to the expansion of a shopping center. Laundromats are few and far between in our city, and they are a vital resource to an important segment of our community. Many other acts by Mr. Wartick have contributed to making Thousand Oaks a business-friendly town. The city has also helped businesses in a secondary way by assisting employees to get much sought-after childcare. In March, the city of Thousand Oaks opened a childcare center across from the City Hall, which was built by the city for the community. A strong and healthy business climate benefits our city and helps in achieving another goal our city council has set for itself, and that is to remain financially stable and look at potential revenue sources to meet future financial constraints. It is prudent to realize that these good economic times we are currently living in will not last forever. Our city council has wisely made several decisions this year to set aside funds for our future. Another goal the city council has made a priority is to ensure a variety of housing with clean and well-maintained neighborhoods. To this end, the city is adding some new landscaping along medians in some of the older neighborhoods in town and is continuing a very successful program of providing free dumpsters for neighborhood cleanup days and grants to organizations for community cleanup projects. These grants have been given to the Thousand Oaks High School Band Boosters, the Newberry Park High School Panther Band Parents, and the Westlake High School Band Boosters for their efforts in cleaning up and enhancing some of our city's roadways and hillsides. Additionally, the city instituted a program this year to provide subsidized compost bins to residents. This program's success was capped with the sale of 550 compost bins in one weekend last month. The city has also moved forward on this housing and neighborhood revitalization goal by providing funding for residential rehabilitation and directing grant monies to rebuild perimeter walls along Moore Park Road. Housing opportunities in an expensive housing market have become a major focus in our city and other cities across our state. One way Thousand Oaks has helped people to purchase homes is its offering of a series of low-interest loans to help first-time home buyers with down payment assistance. Our city has seen an expanding housing market due to new houses being built predominantly in Lang Ranch and Dos Vientos. With the upturn in the economy energizing the building industry, our city has experienced the second highest volume year in city history in terms of building permits. A tremendous amount of work has been invested by our city staff in our building and planning division to meet this increased demand. They meet the demand with quality service and customer-friendly approach. Our city is fortunate to have had earlier councils with vision, an expert staff, and citizens who became involved in creating the high planning standards which distinguish our city. It is up to each successive council to require that developers adhere to those quality planning standards and ensure the best projects that we can get. While much of the housing construction in our city has been and continues to be single-family homes, the city is achieving remarkable conversion of existing apartments and affordable housing. This win-win situation improves deteriorating apartments and guarantees affordable housing and better living conditions for residents who live there. Working in partnership with the affordable housing nonprofit organization Many Mansions, under the able head of Dan Hardy, our city has helped to acquire and rehabilitate 2 apartment complexes. Additionally, a novel program of housing for individuals with special needs in concert with on-site social services was entered into this year. This innovative project involved the partnership of the city with many mansions in acquiring the Village Inn Motel and the coordination of outreach services of several agencies, including a police resource center, the Waverly Adult School, CalWorks, which is the county's career center, Lutheran Social Services Job Development Program, and Villa Esperanza to assist with on-site developmentally disabled residents. It is a program that will undoubtedly be emulated by other cities to help people with special needs. It is noteworthy that our city has the most public housing and is offered to provide the greatest number of new affordable housing units of any city in the county of Ventura. Our city's general plan envisions almost 48,000 houses in our city, an approximate 15% increase in the current number of houses. While it was always anticipated that the completion of our city's build-out would occur in 2020 or 2030, it now appears with the sudden increase in housing construction that residential build-out may well be achieved in the next decade. As we reach build-out, there are concerns associated with additional growth that must be addressed. From crowding at our public schools and local hospital to traffic on our streets, overdevelopment affects everyone, and so the decisions made by the City Council in approving development must account for those important concerns. Looking at reducing traffic, the Council established as its final goal the goal of addressing the need for public transportation. An efficient public transportation system could help remove some cars from the road and benefit air quality in a county which does not currently meet federal air quality standards. A transportation program I initiated at the council began this year to provide transportation from the middle schools to the teen center. This year, the city also increased a subsidized taxi program which provides affordable transportation to seniors. We are now considering a new program for a shuttle to provide public transportation that complements the established bus routes and allows for a variation in customer pickup and drop-off locations. Called the Smart Shuttle, this program will also allow the city to review and revise its current bus routes to make them more efficient and thereby increase bus patronage. Traffic has been a concern expressed by residents in Newbury Park, who have asked the council to study the increases in traffic associated with the Dos Vientos project and the roads that those cars will travel. It isn't every day that residents hire their own traffic engineer and have the city revisit road design. Keeping traffic at acceptable levels will be a challenge as thousands of houses in Lang Ranch and Dos Vientos become occupied. In reporting on the state of the city in 1999, I want to especially commend our residents who take the time to get involved with their city. In this community, we have an extraordinary number of volunteers participating on city committees, at our libraries, city theaters, senior and teen centers, Stagecoach Museum, parks, trails, schools, service organizations, social service organizations, telecommunity center, and police department. For example, our city's Performing Arts Theater received the assistance of 700 volunteers, including 375 active ushers this year, and our library is supported by 400 Friends of the Library who have contributed over 22,000 total hours this year alone. Through city committees, our citizens have reached out and helped our community. From our youth commission that coordinates the annual therapeutic dance, which is the social event of the year for the developmentally disabled, to the Council on Aging, which provides relevant information to our senior population. Citizens on boards, committees, commissions have provided their input to make our city shine. Our one body, however, which deserves particular commendation, it's our city's Arts Commission. They have significantly expanded opportunities and participatory events in the visual and performing arts within our community. They have helped to bring Shakespeare to our elementary schools and the healing power of music to the cerebral palsy home in Fitzgerald Senior Center. This year, our city was also fortunate to reap the rewards of Arts Commissioner Jane Brooks' successful efforts to bring an exhibit of 150 pieces of original artwork from contemporary Russian artists to our Civic Arts Plaza. I want to conclude this speech in celebration of the people who have gotten active in our community. It has been a year of the people. To those individuals who have had the good fortune to have been financially successful in their lives and have given back to our community, I thank you. Fred Cavley, the William D. Dallas family, and Janet and Ray Shear, whose combined donations to the Alliance for the Arts in support of our performing arts theaters reached $5 million. We are grateful. We are fortunate to have people like Ed Masry, who has generously contributed legal services and support for residents and the environment, and the Hogan family that bought the dilapidated property across the street from the Civic Arts Plaza to turn it into a park. The park, which will be called Gardens of the World, has a sign in front of it if you drive by. The sign reads, quote, "Dedicated to the citizens of the Conejo Valley in appreciation of their community spirit," unquote. Contributions come in all shapes and sizes, but what makes them each so special is that they come from the heart. Finally, on a personal note, I wish to commend the members of our community who take the time to write or call, to attend public meetings, and to make your views known. Our number one job on the council is to be leaders who are representative of residents of this community. I have encouraged your participation through initiatives such as the Residents Roundtable, advertising openings on our city committees, and promoting upcoming community events. City Hall had its first open house this year. But let us not forget that every day our City Hall is open is a day that you are invited to come and visit and participate in your local government. I thank you for the honor of letting me be your mayor. Thank you very much.